Good morning, grandkids. This morning we are going to read a book about a little boy and a surprising person that he became. And we're doing this story down here in my storeroom that I'm not doing anything with, so I just threw a bunch of ingredients in here on the floor because I didn't have any place to put them out there. So this sort of room sort of represents this little boy who went from rags to riches. I don't know if he really became rich, but he really became something. This is Galarian the Mystic by Asgrim Kolskrig. I can't read all these people's names in here, or cities, or anything. Strange words. During the early bloody years of the Second Era, Vanus Galarian was born under the name of Trectus. A serf on the estate of a minor nobleman, Lord Garnacy of Solasec on Care. Trectus's father and mother were common laborers, but his father had secretly, against the law of Garnacy, taught himself and then Trectus to read. Lord Garnacy had been advised that literate serfs were an abomination of nature and dangerous to themselves and their lords, and had closed all bookstalls within Solasec on Care. All booksellers, poets, and teachers were forbidden, except within Garnacy's keep. Nevertheless, a small-scale smuggling operation kept a number of books and scrolls in circulation right under Garnacy's shadow. Isn't that the way with everything that's forbidden or tries to be denied to people? If they really want it, they find a way, don't they? There's always an underground for something. When Tectus was 8, the smugglers were found and imprisoned. Some said that Trectus's mother, an ignorant and religious woman, fearful of her husband, was the betrayer of the smugglers. His own mother. But there were other rumors as well. The trial of the smugglers was non-existent and the punishment swift. The body of Trectus's father was kept hanging for weeks during the hottest summer Solasec on Care had seen in centuries. So the rumor was that his mother turned the smugglers in, which wound up his father was involved, and so he was hung. How sad. 3 months later, Trectus ran away from Lord Garnacy's estate. He made it as far as Alinor, halfway across Somerset Isle. He was very, very young, too, to be running away and being on his own. A band of troubadours found him nearly dead, curled up in a ditch by the side of the road. They nursed him to health and employed him as an errand boy in return for food and shelter. That was nice of them. One of the troubadours, a soothsayer named Helion, began testing Trectus's mind and found the boy, though shy, to be preternaturally intelligent and sophisticated given his circumstances. Helion recognized in the boy a commonality, for Helion had been trained on the Isle of Artaeum as a mystic. When the troupe was performing in the village of Potenza, on the far eastern end of Somerset, Helion took Trectus, then a boy of 11, to the Isle of Artaeum. So if he's 11 now, just imagine how young he was when he first ran away from where he lived. The magister of the isle, Lachesis, recognized potential in Trectus and took him on as a pupil, giving him a new name of Vanus Galaious. Vanus trained his mind on the Isle of Artaeum as well as his body. Thus was the first Archmagister of the Mages Guild trained. From the Sigics of the Isle of Artaeum, he received his training. That's really cool. From his childhood of want and injustice, he received his philosophy of sharing knowledge. That's interesting. He became, from a child of having nothing and just being the child of servants, he became the first Archmagister of the Mages Guild, trained by the Sigic Order. That's so cool. So see, no matter how low on the rung of the ladder of life, let's say, there is always something to look forward to. There is always a future that we can work and ascribe to a better living, becoming a better person, anything. Anything we want to set our minds to, we can probably accomplish if we try really hard. He didn't even have to try, did he? He was found and picked up by the troubadours who helped him, and then he was taken to the Sigic Order and they trained him. I think this is really a cool story, and it's a good story for our lifestyles and how we should apply it to our lives. So I hope you enjoyed his little story, kids, and I will see you later. This was kind of a short one today. Sorry, but some of the others was too long, and I have a busy day. So thank you for coming and listening to Grandma, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.